Life.
Hey loves, I'm stopping by really quickly just to let you guys know about my new merchandise that I recently put out. You guys asked and I delivered. You can now pick up your Pick Me Nation t-shirts, you guys. I also have Winter is Here merchandise. And I also have Who You Want, Gotta Want You t-shirts as well. So make sure you go and support. It is the holiday times. Definitely go pick up a shirt or a mug for your mother, your fathers, your sisters, brothers, your husband, wife. Make sure you go and support. I have those shirts available now. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back at it, you guys. I'm back with another reaction video for you. Listen, before we hop into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you share and like the video and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content or go live. All right. But yeah, I got another video for you guys. In this particular clip, this woman is saying she has 5 kids. And she's also saying that she deserves better than what she's getting from men, despite having those 5 kids. She deserves a whole lot more. So we're going to get into the video. Y'all definitely chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. What do you think about women with children in general who are single and say that they deserve more than what they're getting from men, that they deserve a man to come in and do the most for them, even though they already have 5 children? What's your thoughts on that? Please chime in the comments below. I want to hear from you, but let's go ahead and hop into the video. Here we go.
Moments of insecurity when I'm dating because I have 5 kids, you know? And then when I start dating and getting on the apps and I realize that my children actually aren't the problem. And that I shouldn't be insecure because I have children. Because honestly, I deserve so much better than what these dating apps have to offer. And I deserve so much better than the men that I'm surrounded by that I refuse.
Well, why don't you surround yourself around the men that you feel are deserving? You can always put yourself in a position to date a higher caliber of man. Why are you constantly surrounding yourself around men who you don't feel deserve you? If that's the case, start surrounding yourself around the type of men that you believe, you deserve, because that's the only way you're going to know if you deserve more and if those men feel like you are deserving of their time. See, it all boils down to the men. And I think women forget that. It's the type of man that you want is fine. You can have your preferences all day, but if those men aren't interested in you, then that's really going to tell what you qualify for, based off of what men want. What you want or who you want gotta want you. If you want a man of a higher caliber, position yourself around those men and see if they are interested in you. But let's continue.
And like some men will be like, oh, like you should feel thankful that a guy looks in your direction because you have 5 kids. Your mom raised you wrong, and I would rather die alone with a goldfish than to settle for a man like you. Baby, no. I don't care. 5 kids and all. I don't care. I'm not settling. I refuse. I deserve a man in finance, 6'5", trust fund, blue eyes as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is one of them. We've heard these stories over and 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 over again. And the majority of these women do not get what they feel and believe that they deserve. They really don't. Because the bottom line, it's not a, once again, these types of women, they hate when we say this, but it's not to slight you, or it's not a hatred towards the woman. It's the reality, of it all. It's the reality that the men, what they want. And more than not, men who are 6'5", with these qualifications, they don't want women with kids, let alone 5 kids. That's just what it is. It's no slight to the woman or any women who have a preference. I think you should have a preference. Honestly, I think you should have a preference of what you want, and I don't think you should settle in that preference. But what happens when your preference doesn't want you? Do you alter it a little bit? It's almost like going into business, right? You go into business with one business model, right? And that model works out for a time, but then things start to change in the market, right? Things start to go downhill. There are certain things that change, right? And so now what happens is you have to create a new model. You have to do something differently to cater to the way the economy is going and the way people are purchasing and their spending power. You have to reconfigure how to make your business work based on the economy, based on how people are spending, based on a whole lot of different things, right? So it makes sense when you're in business to be aware of those things so that you can change a model that continues to make you money. You know what I mean? To continue to cater to the market so that you can continue to stay in business. Because if you keep with the same old model that you clearly see is not working and you're not making any money, then you're probably going to go out of business. So do you say, you know what, to hell with the market, to hell with the way people are moving, to hell with the changes in society, which yielding my business useless. If you say to hell with that, oh, I'm not going to change with the market. I'm just going to I will not settle. I'm going to stick to the old model that I'm used to because that's the model that I like, even though it's not benefiting you any, in any way, shape or form. It's not bringing any new resources or whatever. It's outdated. Do you stick with that model and just settle and then hope for the markets to change to cater to you? Or do you do something differently that will cater to the market so that you can make money and your business can continue to thrive? What makes more sense? So I equate that to the dating market with women out here who realize, if they realize it, or when they realize that the men that they are looking for is looking for something else. That you're typically not what the men that you believe and feel that you deserve, you're typically not what they go for. It makes no sense to say you're not settling and sit back while these men that you desire something else. If you still want some type of positive outcome, then it would make sense to reevaluate your goals, reevaluate your standards, not saying that you lower yourself, but to be more realistic in what you qualify for and what type of men are looking for you. See, I don't think you should settle on men, of not having a man who respects you and loves you. Those are non-negotiables. Non-negotiables should be a man that respects you, loves you, wants to be with you and only for you, a man that's gonna, want to, take you seriously and marry you and build a life with you and have a solid foundation for which he stands, and he wants to bring a family into that and build with his family and be there for his family. A man that's all about the right things. Those are the non-negotiables you look for in a man, not necessarily how much money he makes, how tall he is, all that kind of stuff. All those are superficial traits that doesn't really matter when it comes to finding a stable, solid man for a long-term relationship. So when women say they're not going to settle, the things that they won't settle for are probably the things that they'll never get. And on top of that, it's not like she's a 20-year-old single woman with no kids and just, starting out. And, she's out here looking for a husband to build a family with, a man who doesn't have any kids, and he's looking for a wife and a family. That would be more optimal. But when you already have 5 kids and you're talking about, and you're very specific and picky about the type of man that you want, you got to understand most men, if he's that tall, if he makes that kind of money, he's not going for a woman with 5 kids. And that's just what it is. And you could ask any man of any status, or they're not going to want women with 5 kids. Now, if they see you with 5 kids, they'll look at, oh, maybe I could sleep with her. Maybe I could, we could develop a sexual relationship. But as far as taking her seriously and her 5 kids and building a life and giving my all to that, they're not trying to do that. They're not doing it. It's almost 2026. Men are not doing that. And if you have a small, a small percentage of men that might or have tried that, or even they're regretting it. Even men who have said they dated women with kids, they say they won't ever do it again. They regretted doing it. It didn't work out. So most men, and especially men who make a lot of money and established and all of this, they don't want women with kids. I'm just saying. So, I think this is where women are delusional. And I say it 1,000 times. You don't have to like it, but it's a delusional mindset to think that a man of the caliber of man that you think you deserve is going to come running behind you. It just doesn't make any sense. Usually those men who don't have kids, if they don't, and they're successful, they want to create their own children. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think a lot of women are going to have to start being more realistic It's not about you settling. It's about the man settling, because he's the one who has to pick who he wants to build a life with and who he wants to build his family with. And if you already have a family, more than likely, and 5, most men are not doing that. That's just what it is. Would you wife up a woman with 5 kids already? I don't care if she was married before, if she was single, she got 5 baby daddies, or she have 1 baby daddy. Would you be willing to date her, take her seriously on her and her 5 kids? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I want to see how many men would be willing to take on a woman with 5 kids versus the ones who won't. Let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear from you. Comment, like, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye. DeeDeesReactions.